But a top focus, at least 116 people have been killed and more than 200 others have been injured following a magnitude of 6.2 earthquake in China's northwestern Guangzhou province. Now, the quake has prompted intense rescue operations. Chinese President Xi Jinping has called for an all-out efforts in search and relief work. The trembler caused severe shaking and heavy economic damage, flattening homes and buildings across the area. The earthquake knocked out power and water supply and transportation services in some parts of the adjoining Qinghai province as well. It was followed by several aftershocks. In Qinghai province's Haidong-Laonei city, at least 11 people have been killed and more than 100 are reported injured after the string earthquake. Now, as per the authorities, the quake sent people running on the streets. Now, the 6.2 magnitude earthquake was logged in the Guangzhou Qinghai province area late on Monday, the same area where Haidong is located. The eastern part of Guangzhou is a major center of earthquakes in China, and the epicenter of the quake, Jishishan County, is about 100 kilometers to the southwest of Guangzhou province's capital, Langzhou. As per the state authorities, the temperature in the Jishishan County nosedived to minus 14 degrees Celsius following the shocks. Building collapses have exposed people to subpar temperatures at a time when China is experiencing record low temperatures. The Chinese top leader Xi Jinping has ordered the deployment of heavy workforces to prevent secondary disasters caused by factors beyond the earthquake. The country's Emergency Management Office has activated a level 4 of disaster relief emergency. Tents, folding beds, warm covers, food and water are being supplied to the people affected by the earthquake. Now, earthquakes are not uncommon in China. In August this year, a magnitude 5.4 earthquake hit eastern China, injuring 23 people and collapsing dozens of buildings. In September of 2022, an earthquake jolted the southwestern Chinese province of Sichuan. The strong tremors of 6.8 magnitude killed at least 74 people and triggered landslides. However, China's deadliest earthquake in recent years was recorded in 2008 at a magnitude of 7.9. The deadly earthquake killed at least 90,000 people in Sichuan. The earthquake was followed by years-long efforts to rebuild the damages with more resistant materials. Since then, a response to the earthquake mitigation, great efforts like public education and awareness, renewed earthquake management models, and prompt earthquake information locators have been developed in China. However, most of these natural disasters come with a heavy economic and life loss. On an average, these disasters lead to the deaths of thousands of people and a direct loss of 3 to 6% of the total GDP. Well, to give us more information on this disaster, unfortunately, we are being joined by Mr. Terrell Jones, who is a journalist, and he's a senior journalist. He's based in China, Japan and France. He teaches international journalism at the Claremont McKenna College. Welcome to the show, Terrell. Firstly, my question to you is that China, as we know, is heavily prone to earthquakes, and to mitigate the impact, nearly all the main cities and large states have set up their special earthquake disaster management system. So could you just enlighten us as to how these systems have contributed in the recent jolt?
Well, Isha, the rural areas of China are especially susceptible to earthquake damage. Areas that are not well developed, areas that are poorer, such as the regions that were hit by the Sichuan earthquake in 2008 that you mentioned, damaged a lot of buildings because it was shoddy construction. What was particularly shocking from that earthquake in 2008 was that many public schools that had children in them collapsed because they were built in a very flimsy way, while government buildings remain standing. And so that is a priority, has been a priority, I think, since then going forward, that these earthquake mitigation measures are trying to shore up the construction of buildings that are more vulnerable and make sure that new ones that are built are stronger to withstand earthquake damage.
Right. While, Terrell, you say that efforts have been made and measures have been taken, but when we talk about Qinghai province, which is also a severely impacted region by this earthquake, and it's largely rural, how many of these earthquake mitigation tools would you say have reached such areas?
Well, that's exactly the problem. I think it just takes a long time to reach areas such as, Gansu and Qinghai provinces, which are very much inland, away from major cities. The big cities will get the first attention because there are more buildings that could be damaged, greater population at risk. But China is so vast and population is so huge that it will take just many, many years, if ever, to reach all the areas that need to have this kind of protection. And so things move very slowly, and it's difficult to say if they will ever really reach completion.
Right. Now, Terrell, let's get a little more detailed here. In terms of rebuilding efforts, now the authorities have been ordered to get to it at to the latest. And what would you say is the importance of using a more resistant construction material? Do you think they are important, and how are they so different?
Well, it's not just the material, but it's the way that buildings are constructed so that they have solid foundations, so that they're not weak above the first floor. But I think that the government will be very quick to try to help the people who are affected and rebuild, because the government or the Communist Party wants to be seen as the solid stabilizing factor in society, and so they will move quickly to try to shore up that perception of the party/government.
Thank you so much, Terrell, for giving us a detailed update on that.
Thank you.